It's dry fit time. Towards me a hair. Okay, I can see the line.
All right, I got this corner and that corner roughly. All right, let's grab the other one.
You could probably man it.
This is way lighter than the other one. Here. Ready?
Yep.
Help guide me.
Guiding.
Oh! We dry fitted it. Can you believe it?
Look at this. We're gonna make an end cap for this spot right here. Look at that.
Look at it.
Whoo-hoo. That is one hell of a countertop, let me tell you.
All right, what are you doing?
We're gonna put the sink in to see how it looks.
You look beautiful. That's for sure.
Here it goes. Like a glove.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's gorgeous.
Woo.
Holy smokes. It looks like it fits perfectly.
I think so. Once it gets stacked up there and we make a little support box that goes around it, because there's gonna be heavy stuff that goes in here because we do a lot of dishes. Yeah, it's gonna be perfect. Are you so excited?
Super excited. Look at the front edge on that. Holy smokes.
I don't want to take away from that at all. Like, I think that the supports will go under the lip, and then they'll go under the side, and then there'll be like a big fat support, 2 of them that look like a H almost, that run underneath the belly of it maybe.
Sure.
So then you won't see it, but then when you open the cover, you will see this beauty.
What if we had the cupboard door start here so you always see that?
Is that a thing? So this gap right here, we were a little nervous that if we cut this before we glue the counter to the other part of the counter, that there would be a little gap beside the wall. Have no fear. We decided that we were gonna cut it anyways, make it, and then we were gonna make a little piece of like live edge trim off the same piece of wood that we're using to fill this gap, so that it'll have like a smooth color transition. The piece of live edge will pretty much cover this whole piece that we're sticking in this gap anyways. But yeah, that's what we're doing now. So let's go see what Brian's up to.
iPro! Glove Pro, come to me. Hey, you too. That's more like it. Ear Pro. There we go. Always wear your Pro, kids. Let's get to work.
You're gonna pull a maneuver like that, make sure you hold on for dear might.
I got the piece cut, Aaron.
Let's go, Brian.
Okay.
Nice. End cap.
Perfect. Nice.
Cool. You're hardly gonna see it because we're gonna do this right here. Almost covers the whole damn thing.
That's all right. It's just part of what we have to do.
Look at that.
Cool. That'll work.
Biscuit markings.
All right. So let's see. What do you think? One right here.
Sure.
That looks. It's got enough room on either side. Let's do 3 biscuits. What do you think?
Yeah, I love pounding biscuit holes.
We'll do one right here. And one right about here. That way it's
super biscuity.
Yeah.
Garcia pulls off another wild one.
He's a wild one. That's getting so freaking worn out. It's not even powering through how it was. It's just burning the hole straight through.
Just smoothing out the crevices. Actually really light. This should be interesting.
That's pretty.
Heater's back on.
Yeah. That's pretty close. Inch and a half. Inch and an eighth. A little bit more than. So, probably this.
This is going to be a little hole for the cord from the induction cooktop. What are you doing, Brian?
Just in case you were wondering, right? Right now, I am just marking out the boundary of where it's going to be. Because the cable at the backside of the induction cooktop kind of comes straight out towards the bottom edge. We're going to make a little knockout here so that that cable doesn't have like a crazy angle that it's got to turn, which would put undue pressure upon it against its housing while we're rolling down the road. So what this will do is it'll give it a place to live and make a nice gentle curve without having any wood material hitting it while we're going. Make sense?
That's pretty smart, Brian.
Thanks, Aaron.
And while Brian works on the knockout, I'm going to sand the goober gobs off of the underbelly of the counter.
Goober gobbers!
We're not looking for perfection here. We're just looking to get the dribbles, get rid of the dribbles. we're hardly making any dust like into the air. It's
nice.
So much better. Little spot. Woo! Yeah. There you go, Brad.
Yeah, this should be perfect for that power cord to come through.
Jeez, just working that.
I think it's probably good, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see what is tight over here. There we go.
Whoop.
We want it to be snug.
Uh-huh. Oh, dang. Ooh, look at that.
You know what? We're probably gonna just leave it that snug.
Yeah. Then it won't jiggle.
Higher. Perfect. I think that's gonna work good. That looks like there's plenty of room right there. That way it doesn't put that strain on that spot. And so it's a little tight right here and right here, but that actually keeps it from vibrating. With these feet off right here, we'll be able to use the holes that these are screwed into and have a little bracket that goes from here to there, there to there, and there to there, screwed in, which will further hold it and snug it in place.
It's science experiment time. Wait, I had a big shadow on my face.
My shadow!
Science experiment time! Whoa, trip me out. Okay, so
Alright, sorry.
it's science experiment time. So, for the past while, we have been debating what to use for our counter finish, right?
Yep.
Really debating. We want something natural. We also thought epoxy looked super cool, but epoxy's not that natural and maybe not natural at all. So what we decided was we're gonna do little bits of epoxy in the cracks to seal them up. We're gonna use mineral oil and beeswax. So this is where the experiment comes in. We've got white beeswax pellets, and then we've got yellow beeswax bars.
There's definitely different ratios that you can mix this stuff at, and we've heard that depending on how cold it is or how warm it is, different ratios of beeswax to mineral oil will be more beneficial. So we're gonna start off with using half mineral oil and half beeswax. We're gonna make 2 containers of it because one of our beeswax is yellow beeswax and another beeswax is the white beeswax. So we wanna set that up for a test to see what it looks like on our black walnut along with our light walnut to see how the finish looks. And after we do that test, then we'll be able to see what we wanna use for the countertop. And another thing that we like is that it's food safe. So as you're cutting stuff on cutting boards that are made of wood, a lot of times you put mineral oil on it. Well, beeswax also adds another extra layer of protection, helps moisture not absorb into the wood, and it looks really nice.
And we can use the same mixture on our copper sink. Like half.
I bet I can probably cut into bigger pieces. What do you think?
Yeah, that would just take longer.
Oh, this smells like honey.
This one, eh?
It smells so good. I could totally stand to smell honey a lot.
Yep.
What do you think to this big line?
I think the big line.
That way
First
there's,
big line.
Yeah, no.
So we end up using half a stick or a little bit more of the yellow beeswax, and then we top that up a little bit so they're kind of level. And then we're going to fill these up with the mineral oil. Ooh.
That looks like it's doing pretty good. Perfect. Nice.
All right.
So now we're gonna go set the crock pot on high. We're gonna set these in it and we're gonna do a little water bath, probably up to about here or so, just so that the water doesn't go into the mixture. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna let all the wax completely dissolve. And once it completely dissolves, then we'll stir it with a popsicle stick.
Yep. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. Okay, let's set this guy in there.
So you know how much water?
Mm-hmm. This guy doesn't quite sink down as far.
I think it's gonna work just fine.
But that's okay. Think that's good?
Yeah.
I think that's good. We can always switch locations and put the one that's higher up, down, lower, so it's more submerged.
Is this our first cooking recipe?
Our first recipe in the dirty old barn. It feels kind of weird to cook something in here, but we're gonna do it anyways.
That'll help keep the dust out and the heat in.
It's dusty and cold in here.
Not melted yet. It's been 10 seconds.
All done. The top one is the yellow.
That's magical.
Yay. Cool. That's it.
Nice.
Now we gotta pull them out.
Went almost an hour. Are they warm?
Yeah, probably.
Not really.
No?
No.
Pull them out.
67 Celsius, which is, there we go. 158 Fahrenheit, 71 Celsius.
That's pretty warm.
Cool.
Alright. I don't think you'd want to pour that all over yourself, but...
Probably not. That's the yellow one, and it's obviously yellow.
White. Yeah, look at that.
So the white one looks a little bit cloudy, and the yellow one looks completely clear. Interesting. So once this cools, then we'll apply it to our test pieces of wood of light walnut and black walnut.
In the meantime, we will set the lids on so they don't get sawdust in them, but just kind of like part on, part off, so they can let the moisture in. Oh, that's really nice.
Is it starting to solidify?
Yep. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a really nice texture.
Still a little bit soft.
In the middle. There's the white one.
That's the white one.
And there's the yellow one. Not
yeah.
a lot of a difference though, which is nice.
But the hue is definitely more yellow with that one than that one. Cool. All right, now that we got all the cracks cleaned out, what are we doing next?
We're gonna flip it and tuck tape the backside.
All right, time for a little tuck job. Here we go.
Next up, our epoxy guru, Burnt Bridges, Jesse, told us that we needed to silicone around the holes. So then the epoxy doesn't just like go everywhere on top of your wood. Good tip, Jesse.
Thanks, Jesse. Let's dam it up.
Damn it. Damn it.
So he said when you're putting it down, just let the bead drop and don't try to push it in because you want to be able to pull it off in one little piece. So we're giving a little bit of room around the sides. Locked. It's loaded.
Oh gosh, this stuff is so gooey compared to the polyurethane we've been using.
Yeah. So now the silicone is down. We'll wait for that to dry overnight. We're gonna go have a nap and some food probably, and then we'll come back and pour epoxy. What do you think?
Yes.
Watch your hair.
Let's go. Not quite the temperature we were hoping for. It was supposed to get warmer today. Didn't. Did not do that. We're sitting at like maybe 18, 19 degrees Celsius right now. We need 21 and plus to make this epoxy thing work. So the only controlled environment that we can actually control is inside the bus. So even though it's a bit crazy to pour epoxy inside, I think we're prepared. We put some sheets down and we're gonna pour the epoxy in the bus.
All right, so because we're gonna pour it in the bus, first thing we gotta do, we need to take these beauties inside the bus and set them where they need to go. And we need to protect everything underneath. So we're gonna set up some drop cloths and hopefully we don't get any leaks through any of the cracks. As you saw, we had some tuck tape already set up on the bottom side. We have the dams set up with the silicone, and it is all dry. So I think we're pretty much ready to go. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so here's the thing. Black works with everything. You know, if you've worn a little black dress before, it's usually your go-to, especially on nights where you feel like you ate too much. In this instance, we're gonna be doing food photography on the counter. We're gonna be cooking a lot, probably shooting cool shots of our artwork and crafts and stuff. So, with that being said, like, black is safe, I know. Here's my debatables though. Like, I love gold. I am a little freak about gold. I love gold. Like, imagine this kind of just like opaque with a little gold shimmeroony. Ugh, love gold. These blues are super cool, and like, look, that's almost like the same family. Almost the same family as the bus. Same family. Complimentary, faux show, but the inside of the bus is not. I mean, the outside of the bus is not inside, so it doesn't really matter if this matches with that. This would just like maybe look striking and super cool. But food photography is clean. It's clean. And we've got a lot of black accessories in our kitchen. And I don't know if I can leak this. Can I leak this? We're doing white walls. Everything is white. Gonna be white. And then like pops of color. I don't know.
Tough decision.
I don't know how to choose. We worked so hard on this counter. Garcia, what do you think? If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Mommy and Sasa, you must go.
You must go.
So that's a go?
You must go bye-bye.
Oh, I don't know. Like, that once this is all rubbed up with oil, like, it's a totally different scenario. Why is this so hard?
Oh, decisions.
Something else they're asking for is a clean space. One that's not dusty or dirty. That's not here. What do you think? You think, I hope the bus is gonna be clean enough to do this. It's definitely cleaner than this barn. So there's that. All right, to the bus, Batman. We need the camera. Gotta see if it's level. What you got?
Well, this side, I'm about 1/16 of an inch off every foot. Yeah, it's barely off that direction. This direction though, forward to back, right on. Didn't do it. All right.
Look at that.
So let's grab,
I'm sorry, Brian. I told them it may not be level, so we should do it on the floor.
Interesting thing, this bigger level, it's actually better on that. So I wonder if this wooden one might be warped or something.
That wooden one is like a million.
That one's like 100 years old.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. It's pretty close.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Thanks, Bob.
R.I.P.
Yeah. All right, so let's check this one now.
Look at that.
Right on. Right on. Now let's check this one. Also right on. All right, I'm pretty confident with this.
You want to be level, folks.
The reason why you want to be level is because this epoxy is going to basically find the lowest level, just like water does whenever you pour water on something. Yeah, water just goes everywhere. Well, gravity and the way that everything flows, that's what's happening.
Preparedness.
It's chemistry time, folks. Bum, bum, bum. It's time to mix.
Before we get started, we're gonna need
Epoxy Pro. Gotta protect yourself, kids.
Make sure we got no dust, no must in there. All right, put on the dusty surface. Good. Good.
clean vessel, graduated cylinder, kids.
Pretty clean.
All right, we're gonna use the milliliters on here. We gotta do 2 to 1. Five minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 5 minutes.
All right, you're gonna scoop the pigment now. We're at the 4-minute mark, folks.
4 minutes and count.
We think that you put the pigment in right away.
They just said make sure you stir it good, so we're gonna stir it good, all right. Complimentary shovel. Says that a little goes a long way, so let's start here with a full scoop. See what happens. I like the little sparkles in it.
Oh, it does have sparkles, doesn't it?
I don't think that's gonna cut it. Not for opaque or something in between translucent and opaque.
Yeah, probably more. Another shovel.
You don't need to do like a... I'm gonna go.
There we go.
You think that's good?
Yeah, I think that might do it. Oh yeah, it's getting real
Oh, look
dark.
at that. Okay.
Real dark. Oops.
I'm just knocking the shovel off. Here it goes!
All right, this is the biggest, most thirsty hole. So that tuck tape should dam it up on the back side.
Please dam it up on the backside, tuck tape. Please. Right?
I'm hoping that 600 milliliters is enough for this particular pour for all the little areas.
We don't know.
Oh, it's starting to come up.
All right.
Nice.
If anyone has good tips on how to clean your epoxy gear after you use it, let us know in the comments. I read that 99% alcohol is good.
Cool.
Do you want to do this big one?
Sure. It's like playing whack-a-mole, but with bubbles. I like this torch with the trigger because it's not constantly on, and you can just blast away whatever bubbles you need to blast away as you need to. Saves on your fuel.
Yeah. So we've got a few spots that are kind of major dribblers,
Yeah.
which is fine and expected. We tuck tape the heck out of the underbelly of these guys, but we're still getting dribblers. Thank goodness it's not coming through our plastic tarp. So for now, we're just gonna have to play the waiting game and wait till it cures so we can do a second pour on the spots that are leaking a lot. Exhibit A. just if it be a leaker. Nice thing is it's gonna be sealed up real good.
Pretty good.
Definitely still a bit tacky. And the holes look kind of empty.
Some of them do.
Oh yeah, these ones drip a lot too.
Yeah, a little tacky. Good. Well, hopefully we can do a little re-pour on it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if...
We need to take this and put it up
Lift
and
it
then
up.
retape the bottom.
Yeah.
This is looking so good, y'all. We just had a good nap and ran some errands and now we're checking this out.
We're gonna do a re-pour.
Yeah, our epoxy sensei Jesse from Burnt Bridges. This lens is so dirty. There we go, that's a little better. Yeah, let me try that. Ah, that's a little better, all right.
You get so distracted.
Our epoxy sensei Jesse from Burnt Bridges Woodco said, "Hey, it's gonna level out a little bit. It's gonna retract a little bit. You may have to re-pour while it's still tacky, so that it's got a nice adhesion to it." So, because it was leaking, we're going to pull up each counterpiece and retape the bottom. And hopefully we can get an end to the leaking so we can dam it up real well. More tuck tape to come.
A lot more tuck tape. I didn't know we were coming out here to do this today, or else I would have worn crappy clothes.
So here
Got
we are.
my Sunday best on.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, and not really the hard way, because our floor and the cabinets made it out crystal clear. However, we are taking extra precautions and doing a lot more of a tight tape job. We put way more tape on the bottom, and we really threw a bonnet on it this time.
So now we're going to mix up probably a small batch this time. And hopefully we've got it taped tight enough that we can fill in all those holes. Well, that was a good night's sleep. After that long nap, it's time to start working on the counter again. We had a ton of fun with the toilet project. It's still in the works. It's not complete, but we really want to get back to this countertop because the epoxy has completely cured. It's been, how long has it been? Like 7 days, a week? First, we're gonna start off by pulling off all the silicone. Aaron's already started, and then we're gonna sand it all down.
I couldn't help myself. It's so wiggly. It's like picking off a scab. It's nice. It's one of those just things that you can't help but love. It's coming off pretty easy, actually. I was a bit concerned when Sensei Jesse from Burnt Bridges Woodco told us to put silicone on the counter. I was like, oh God, we're gonna have to sand that off too. But it's coming off really nice, and we're gonna have to sand all this down anyway, so let's see how it turns out. already really love the height of the counter. It feels perfect for my height. I don't even think I think it feels perfect for Brian's height too. You'll have to ask him. Even though he's a foot taller than me. My parents have a countertop that is this height and we both really like it. So that's how we decided ergonomically what we would go with.
We're moving it outside so we could sand it.
I probably should have checked to see if it would cut through the whole thing. Let's see if a longer blade will do it. I think that'll do it. You may be wondering, why didn't you go with your original cut? Well, I'm going to use the flap disc on the grinding wheel to actually shape the edge the way that I want it. So I kind of like pulled forward on my line by about 1/2 inch, so I give myself lots of room for creative expression. We definitely prefer when the edge of the counter kind of tucks in, like over here, how it kind of naturally did. So all I'm doing is mimicking that shape over here, and I'm just gonna keep working away at the underbelly of the wood because it's a lot easier to do it with this flat disc, even though I'm beating the heck out of it, than use a saw blade. Okay, I've got a damp cloth. Brian, you want to see what this looks like?
Yeah.
This is so exciting. damp cloth. We're gonna wipe all the sawdust off of this thing.
Sawdust. If you have tack cloth, that is preferable.
Wow.
However, just a damp rag will work just fine. All we're doing here is taking off.
Pajama pants.
All we're doing here is taking off the dust layer from the sawdust or sanding. Holy smokes!
Wowza.
Whoa.
That's pretty.
So we got all finished sanding with, what do we do, 60 grit, 120, and then we finished off with 600 grit.
We did a little jumping around. I don't know if that's okay, but we did.
It felt nice.
Oh, good.
All right, so we've got our 2 waxes that we made. We've got the yellow beeswax and the white beeswax, and we're gonna do a test on both the black walnut and the light walnut, because if you remember our skylights, the ledge is made with the light walnut. So we wanna see what both the yellow and the white looks like. All right, so you see that? Here's the white one, and here's the yellow beeswax. Ooh, the consistency is really nice. I wanna put a little bit here on this dark walnut. There's the yellow.
Yes.
Look at that. Wow, that's polishing in real nice. And then I'll also put a little bit here on the light walnut.
My preference is less yellow, for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I think that neither one is going to be that like yellowy.
Nah. So all I'm using is just a buffing pad, or a buffing rag, should I say.
They look the same on the darker one, pretty much.
I'll do a little bit over here also.
Ooh.
I think the light's better. So here's the yellow and here's the light. It's a little bit lighter, less yellowy. And
Almost
here's
the
the
same
light
though.
one on the darker side. It feels really nice. Like really smooth. Here's the light one and here's the yellow one there.
They're practically the same.
Practically looks the same, it does. So I don't know if you could see this, but the white one does look like it is a little bit lighter in color. They both feel the same. The yellow one smells more honey-like.
Yeah. You are not.
And they both taste similar.
Can you lick mineral oil?
It's food safe.
It's food safe.
I'm not ingesting it, I just licked it just for show.
He's so creepy.
All right, so which one do you want to use? You want to use the white on this?
I think the light one.
Let's use the white one.
We're probably going to end up using this yellow one on all of our copper stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not wasted, and we're going to have plenty of copper in our future, so.
Yeah. I really like the consistency of it. It's completely solidified. Like there's the test, won't fall out. And it's it has kind of a waxy texture to it, but it's really, really smooth. And as I was rubbing it on, it seemed to absorb directly into the wood. And like right now, it's not even leaving any like waxy film or any oily feel to it either.
Oh, it's slick.
Feels really slick, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right, before we push this together, we probably need to do the draw bore on it. What do you think?
Okay.
dark these two are.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. So we've got it glued together. We've been waiting forever to do this. It's all glued together. Now we're just gonna wait overnight to let it dry. We'll give it a proper sand tomorrow. Probably go over the whole shebang one more time with 600 grit, and then we'll put the finish on. See you tomorrow. Now Brian's gonna cut off this little skimmeroonie.
I think we're done sanding.
Really?
Yeah. You gotta stop at some point.
At some point, let's feel it. Oh, wow.
Wow, that's rich.
That's just...
All right, so see all this fine dust? If we had tack cloth, we would use that. But what we're gonna do is just use a dry rag this time, and we're also gonna use the shop vac and just kind of suck out the loose particles of dust.
You ready for this? All right, here we go. Okay, let's do it. I'll start over here. Whoa. Oh my God. What do you think of that color, Boom Boom?
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
How can you not be happy looking at that?
How?
How? You might have to make another batch of this stuff.
It's thirsty, isn't it?
Oh yeah, she's gonna be real thirsty. Let's just see what that looks like.
This is for demonstration purposes only.